What's good, y'all? It's your boy John, back here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Today is Thursday, April 7th, here for another Wonder Woman update, so let's get on into it. So, arriving over here on the side by Riddler's exit, you're going to see that they've got another piece of track that they're hoisting right now. Looks like they've already orientated it to go into the section. It's going to be the fourth piece for the third turnaround. Looks like they've got it all leveled out and they're ready to lift it up and probably over a few supports. It's going to be interesting to see because they've got this big structure that is right above the crane right now. Not exactly sure how they're going to get it over there, but they'll probably have to lift it totally over and then down back into it. I'm going to pick up the footage in a little bit when they get it higher up, and we'll see how it works. Another quick thing to note while we're over in this area is that there's also 3 other pieces of track that are sitting here stored. You can see 2 of them right there, as well as the third right over here. Now, most likely these pieces will continue on with the layout as far as the direction they're going from the turnaround. We'll just have to wait to see. I'm gonna stick around for a bit and yeah, keep an eye on it. So just wanna document this area right quick. It's the third piece that they've put up so far. And what you're gonna notice is they've got it wenched a bit to one of the supports, most likely to get the exact angle that they need for it to line up for this new piece of track that you're gonna see them hoisting right here. And once they get that piece over, you can see actually it's going to be a really tight squeeze because they have to get it around this A-frame support first and foremost, and then, you know, make sure it doesn't hit this support right here. These guys are really skilled at what they do and have done this plenty of times before, so it shouldn't be a problem for them, obviously, but to the average person, this is obviously some feat to get this piece of track, you know, puzzled all the way through all these supports and then down into this section right here. You could see that there is a guide rope on the end, like I've shown in previous updates. We have one of the guys guiding it through this section of support right here and also through these 2 palm trees. Looks like they are clear of that A-frame support as we speak and moving it over to its place where it needs to go, right here. I'm gonna pick up from another angle, guys. Here you can see track being brought over. We're almost to its place right now. We got some guys from RMC heading up to meet the piece of track to help guide it into place. So here we could see them getting ready to put in this 4th piece of track. They are adjusting one of the saddles as we speak. It looks like they needed to do some fine tuning to it before they go ahead and place this piece of track. You got a few guys from RMC, a couple guys from Amuse, both working together on it right now. So it shouldn't be long before we start seeing that piece go in. So picking up here, they are in the final stages of getting this piece of track connected. You can see a couple guys over here, and they are actually winching that piece of track even more in, making the turn even tighter, which is crazy because this turn is super tight as it is when you look at it in person. You can probably even tell on camera how close your head is actually going to be coming to that support right there in the back. And now that they're winching it even closer, makes it even more crazy. Let's see. I'm going to pick up in a little bit if they start moving this piece of track over. Or actually, it's starting to move as we speak, so let me start a new clip, and you'll see in the next one. Okay, guys, so it's, hold on 1 second for Riddlers. So yeah, guys, it's coming together now, as you can see. It's gonna end up going, I'll show you the other support that it's gonna be connected to here in a second, but I wanna show you guys them getting it close up here first. They're getting the right angle they need. And the way you might ask, okay, so they're able to hoist it, you know, up, and then it's going to be angled a certain way. But the way they get it angled to the exact one angle that they need is by using these pulley systems, and that goes ahead and rotates the track. And as you can see now, it's basically rotated into the orientation that it needs to be, and they're going to go ahead and lower it and fasten it up. Let's show the other support that it's going to be connected to. So this is the other support that I'm talking about right here. It's going to go to this short one that you see them lowering it down to as we speak. You'll see a fella from Amuse Rides down there ready to receive the track and bolt it down to that support right there. So you can see them, what they do is get the pieces of track almost lined up, not exactly lined up, and they go ahead and put in that first A490 bolt into both pieces of track, and that way they can have it at least stable in one place, not completely stable, but a little bit stable. Then they could go ahead and lower it and drop a few bolts right in there, and then lastly they'll drop them down at the bottom. You can see them lining up right now almost perfectly. Looks like they got the angle that they're looking for, and this might be at a final placement. As you can see, they're starting to push one of those A490s in right here. Hopefully it goes in pretty smoothly for them. If not, they'll just have to readjust again and start the process over. It appears that this bolt is going to be able to go in from what I'm seeing. Let's take a look. Just going to let the footage roll for a bit. I'm not going to talk too much during this process. Just let the footage speak for itself. Looks like he's just trying to get some fine tuning in, some adjustments. These pieces of steel here are so heavy that it takes a lot of muscle basically to get that thing into the right place that you want it to by hand. I'm gonna go show off one other support that I forgot to show you guys that this is attaching to as well. So here is the third support that this piece will be connecting to. It's going to be kind of hard to see because we got the lift in the way, but it's one of those skinnier supports. This will be the in-between support. There's that other one over there, that smaller one, and then it goes up to that bigger one that we saw. Not exactly sure. Actually, now I am sure. It's not gonna end up meeting that smaller support like I thought in the last clip. It's just a little bit shy, but those other pieces of track in the background are for sure gonna connect to that little support and further. I want to get a shot of the first bolt that they've got in this piece of track. You can see it. It's the bottom right of the left-hand side of bolts. You can see it right there. It's a good sign that the piece is exactly lined up the way they want it, and they can go ahead and secure more bolts at this point and also at the lower point. So picking up now, you can see, sorry for Riddler, it's a little loud, but you can see that they've got 4 of the bolts in now. They're going to go ahead and release some of that pressure that they had, which, hold on, sorry again. But some of that pressure that was, actually they fully, completely released the strap that was tied to that support or that chain, and now they just basically got it wenched over to this smaller support right here. They're going to go ahead and line it up and then bolt it into the saddles of that support. I want to give you guys a quick look from right here. You can see the turn definitely took its shape now. It is actually completely done as we speak. They've got all 4 pieces of track for that turnaround, and that will complete the third and final turnaround for this ride as far as track goes. You can still see them still over here getting the final adjustments done. But yeah, I'll get a shot of it when they are down from there and we just see the coaster. Okay, gonna provide a few final shots of the area after they got this 4th piece of track installed into that 3rd turnaround. You can see that they got it lined up on 2 of the supports. It's fastened down to actually just 1 support right now, but it's also fastened to the piece of track. They still haven't connected it to that taller support that you see there. It's still a little bit off from the harness, a few inches, but they'll most likely either take care of that in a bit or probably just start back up on that tomorrow and continue on with another track piece, which will be going right there. I'll most likely have some coverage from tomorrow as well. If not, I'll come back this weekend and check in, as the guys are going to be working 7 days a week now, so that is a good sign. Just a quick shot of the part of track that's still not connected to the saddle. It's right there. It's not a hard thing for them to do. They'll most likely come tomorrow. What they're going to do is wench that piece of track a bit closer to the support, or most likely just bring them both together and, get it done that way. Shouldn't take them long. Yeah, I'll check back in on it tomorrow. One final shot from behind this turnaround.
If you find yourself lost,
you can see that this thing's really coming together. All 4 pieces are done for the turnaround. Really not too much to say about it, but it's looking good. Looking at the project from in front of Justice League's entrance. It's a bit of a sun glare, but you can see it. The new piece of track that they put in right there, and it goes all the way down pretty low, about I would say 3-4 feet off the ground, and that's coming from all the way up here. So it's quite a big piece of track to give you a little perspective. Another thing I want to note that I haven't talked about yet is that they added the top of this A-frame support, and you'll see they've got the saddle at the top waiting for the top of the dive loop right there. And it'll come down to this saddle right here, and this saddle right there, and keep going downwards. Here's just a quick shot of the next few pieces of track that'll be going in. Wanted to get them from this side. Looks like it's gonna most likely continue the layout in the direction that they are headed. Yeah, I'll make sure to keep an eye on this stuff. Walking up to Drop of Doom, Lex Luthor, you'll see that the car is actually up on the track now. Last time we checked, it still wasn't on the track. It was just sitting a little bit in front of it, but here it is on the track, guys. It's actually lifted a bit up from the station. I'm not sure if they've been testing, but it's a good sign that they have. If it's there, at least must have brought it all the way up and dropped it maybe a few times. But yeah, other side. Oh yeah, other side is up there too. It's not connected though, is it? Or yeah, it is. No, they're both connected to the lifts. So quick update, you guys, for Lex Luthor. Still don't have a timeline for you, but this is definitely some progress. Good to see it back on the track. So that's going to conclude today's update. I'll be back at the park tomorrow, as well as a little bit this weekend. So if anything significant happens tomorrow, I'll put it up. If not, most likely look for an update by this weekend. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Thank you so much for all the love, comments, and support. Yeah, so until this weekend, most likely, this is John, and this has been your Theme Park ERT.